they're gonna have to find a different way inside.
Have to do so. Team Flash could still afford to stay put for a little while longer. They've been able to gain that intel up against Alter Ego, and right now spots out FaZe Clan on the other corner at the very same time. Alter Ego have been able to pick up Moana over onto the corner, so it's gonna be a-okay for the moment. Meanwhile,
oh no,
Vampire Esports goes in, crashing into the areas of NST. They're still in the midst of the valley where they've been able to call in for a couple of emergency covers, but that's barely enough. A lot more pressure on to the names of NST for the moment. And TALON right now, hold down the line. Red Bull once again flips out the tray and goes in for a flank, but it will be retaliated with a big 1-for-1. And Boysil, Boysil, he almost got it, but it's Gui arriving in the nick of time to save Red Bull. Just in a matter of moments.
I love that. Red Bull bought a lot of time. He tried to really win that 1v1. He almost did, but the rotation and response time coming in from Vampire Esports is phenomenal. It keeps Red Bull alive. And Red Bull, I mean, the rest of VPE, they're very much ready for this onslaught as well. They know that TALON only 2 players knocked down. They know that 1 is going to be very, very close. And they know the possibility of getting third party right now is incredibly insane. Ooh. 1 nade to end it all. And TALON gets eliminated here. Vampire Esports a bit more, I would say, aggressive in the last two circles. They're moving around the area. They're trying to find their space. And it feels like pressure is their activator, the catalyst to really bring them in. As Flash, they've been such a spoiled sport right now. Any fights happening on the other end, they pressure. And it's making it so hard for teams to really not only take up space, but win convincingly.
That's right, and once again, they never really truly had to put themselves into revive points in order to do so. They got themselves pretty much like a tower for them to really work with. Meanwhile, BLUG, they've called in for the covers for them to be able to trade right back at the side of Team Secret. They're opting to do exactly the same. So there is a little bit more to the spring cover that the members of Team Secret can still work with.
Oh, no.
And they work with it so well. 2K, great headshot, connecting, but there's still Zeus looking around the corner now, trying to track out those members of FaZe Clan. He's being sent forward. The rest of Team Flash not joining in just yet. Canary flushes his position away, forcing him to turn back around.
Honestly, I think I could tell that Flash was getting a little bit too antsy just now. They were waiting, they sent out bows, they sent out tops now and then, and now was views. But now in this corner for Team Secret, yeah, they have a bit of cover. But when you have teams such as, say, Vampire Esports, even BLUG, who are so adept at using throwables, it makes it hard. Somehow they know the trajectory of these throws, they know how to bounce it off each other. And some teams, because they're just so obscured by the smokes, they cannot tell where exactly these nades are landing. But for BLUG, this is a very dangerous area to be in. It's out there in the open. The buggy provides barely a 0 to any cover as well. Waiting for the right timing, and Juki jukes that one perfect nade, knocks out one member of BLUG, and it's up to his teammate to see whether or not he can turn this around. Timing is good. You can see a rotation coming from another team, and Team Secret realizes this. They're so distracted. Now is the time for BLUG to bring their teammate back into the game.
Yeah, it is rather a tough situation for them, but Team Secret, they're holding it down up against the rest of TODAK right now. Trying to charge right through, knocking down zeros, as well as GK in the process. Now it's only 2 left. Doki takes 2 down, and now back into the fair fight, and it's only down to GK, and that nade once again wins it out for TODAK. The swordfishes strike straight to the heart.
Oh, man. TODAK already somehow quietly gotten 3 eliminations here. FaZe, that ditch that they've made with those pickaxes, I can tell that it didn't really work on their favor. It's sort of a crater. It just allowed for the throwables just really bounce toward them. And many teams actually were met with that same fate. Now for Flash, actively moving around, finally, just leaving that compound here, which finally lets NST slowly rotate into the circle. But what they didn't realize that Bose is close by. But when we look toward TODAK's perspective here, they were also one of the more patient teams. They were playing outside the circle for quite some time, just sort of like skirting in and out of the zone. And finally, because a lot of teams had, had their fights lost out and finally given up that space, they're finally breaking into the area. But Hale, they're not out of the woods yet. They're stuck inside of these craters as well. Again, these craters are a thorn in so many teams' side. But for Alter Ego, this is not also an easy start for them as well. And teams like Flash, they've been doing a great job of just pressuring teams. And out of everyone, they are the team that's just really laid back, allowed them for third-party kills or even just pressured. And they already have 10 eliminations.
Yeah, they've been astounding by just keeping at the same kind of tempo of play, going for those small little pickups one after another, and it accumulates so much. They're also landlocking the rest of Alter Ego from moving too far apart. TODAK now brings in the explosive bow in order to create a little bit of trench for himself. That smart play, he's coming in, and now the rest of Alter Ego affords to push out because they were too occupied. Team Flash tries to fight back, but it's only going to be a big swing, but results to nothing. Rosemary will nail them down. It's only 1 HP left for the side of VOIN. Can he somehow recover? Can he fight back? No, not at all. Alpha seals it together with Rose.
That reaction time from Alter Ego is just phenomenal. You have the layers of players, one in the front line, one in the back line. This time it's Rosemary playing the back. He dealt with one player, allowed his teammate to really take that first contact blow, and then he immediately reacted onto another. Crazy stuff coming through here, and they are still intact as a 4. TODAK, the same could be said as well, as VPE only struggling with a 2 to survive. So you can tell that for VPE, they're just waiting outside the zone, waiting for the right time to get a bit more active. But I'm pretty sure that TODAK is aware of their presence as well. They want to go hunting, but they are definitely giving a lot of respect to Lazarus and Gewi.
Yeah, there's barely enough room for them to really get right into the zone, though. That is going to be a cause of concern for the side of TODAK. Meanwhile, Alter Ego, they can afford to take that wide swing. You'd see a 2-2 split going on, and
nice
they're
nade.
already comboing as Krypton's going to be able to find even more out of that exchange. Rosemary now pins down those members of TODAK as they will not stop at nothing for the moment, but there is still one being knocked out of the vehicle. Kenny, great retaliation, gets the knock over onto Rosemary. They look for that recovery, and Krypton is trying to take charge to see if he can hold Kenny back.
Kenny going so far forward compared to his teammates as well. His position out of the way did allow for him to crossfire and steal away, or just trade away another kill. 9 is just so close right now. It's just easily taken out. Rosemary knocked down already as the rest of AE just completely crumble or just collapse onto the members of TODAK. He started off so good, but with Rosemary, everyone's so zeroed down on him. The rest of Alter Ego react by just moving together as a 3. When you have 3 guns pointed at you simultaneously, which kill do you go for first? Top, we've seen this guy do miracles, but as a 2 with his teammate barely alive, Frenzy needs to go for a reset and heal. I don't think he has the time or resources right now. And the blue zone shifting in. No space at all to go for, and now the rest of Alter Ego just rushes through. A good spray to the face is enough for them to completely rush forward, and TODAK dreams dashed, and another chicken dinner for Alter Ego here on Rondo.
Is it safe to say that they